Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this Sunday morning. I don't know about you, but we have been under a severe heat wave. And last night was the first night in several days where it got cool enough to actually cool down the house. So my first night of a good sleep, and it was really difficult for me to roll out of bed this morning because I just wanted to just get caught up almost. Anywho's, I am so happy to be here, and wherever you are in the world when you're watching this today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, whenever, just know that I welcome you and thank you so much for joining me. I hope everything is going well for you there. Good morning, Sherry. Thank you so much for joining me. Howdy to you, sister. Howdy to you. Howdy to you, Peg Critchlow. Thank you so much for joining me here today, ladies. I have got so much to catch you up on. It's just ridiculous. Some amazing things have been transpiring, and some a new kind of opportunity has come up for me. So I'm excited to kind of share with you this morning. I'm going to give it just I can't talk, few more seconds to see if anybody else pops on, and then we will launch right into it. But tell me, how have you guys been? I know in Oregon it's been brutally hot. So Sherry, what have you been up to keep yourself cool? And Peggy, how about you? What have you done to keep yourself cool in that brick oven that you're living in? I happen to know that for a fact. That building is nothing but cement. So yeah, it's cool it's warm in the winter, but it can get really hot in the summer. I remember from living there. It's a very historical building, though, and I have to hand it to them. It's so ornate and beautiful, and like I said, historic. I love the PLA. So, well, let me tell you what's been going on for me. I bought a motorhome. That's right, I bought a motorhome. I've named her the Vagabond Spirit, and I'm going to take her on the road as a traveling goddess temple where I can do energy work and tarot readings and classes all over the United States. So that's my big surprise. I have to do I just got it delivered yesterday. It just all built together yesterday. I'm so excited. I cannot even tell you how thrilled I am. And I always knew that I wanted to kind of be more out there in the world. And I thought that the internet was going to be the way, but really I think it's this motorhome. So I cannot wait. I have some renovations to make on it, and I think by next summer you should see me on a regular tour, for real, for real, for real. But anywho, I'm going to take it on its little maiden voyage next week, just to Sandpoint and back. But anyway, I just wanted to let everybody know that some exciting times are going to happen. Now, I've already created a page for it that's called Traveling Goddess Temple, and you can follow my renovations, my travel plans, where you can find me, everything that's going on, and how I am presenting this service to people. And what really brought this idea about is somebody posted yesterday in one of the camper Facebook groups that I belong to, that they were looking for goddess-centered women, to hook up with and meet with and join with during their travels across the United States. And I'm like, what a great idea. Why don't I just take the whole thing on the road, and I can meet these women who are still craving that goddess connection and that goddess community. So anywho, more on all of that later. And after I post this video, I will put a link to that page so that you can join and just follow my adventures. Just see what I'm doing. The renovation is going to be something else. I'm going to be ripping out stuff. So replacing things and cleaning things. It's an older vehicle, but it's got super, super low miles, brand new tires, propane, the oven and stove can work via propane or gas from the motor. So it's really exciting times. Oh yeah, AC makes all the difference. We have that here. It's not throughout the whole house, but my bedroom, blessedly, does have it. Anna's does not. I wish it did because her room gets really hot. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, and I'm glad that you'll follow my adventures because I'll be visiting Oregon frequently. You know, I love you guys there, and I've been. I mean, this is perfect. This is my not only going to be my home on wheels, but it's going to be my mode of transportation to get out there and visit you. You'd be surprised how many people are doing this as a lifetime way of living, giving up their homes, giving up all their possessions, getting themselves a camper or a trailer, or sometimes even just tent trailers, and just hitting the road permanently, like with no intentions of ever settling down again. And I really do think that this is a sign of the times that people are starting to realize that being locked into one place may not be for them, but also to have amassed all of this stuff. As I'm looking through this motorhome this morning and looking, I was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. I could just put my clothes here, this, there, that. I had it all figured out. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so minimalistic. I have got a lot to get rid of. And I talked about this a little bit on the Wise Women Pathways page that I'm going to be selling off a ton of stuff. This would be the time to visit me. Books, goddess related articles or items, altar items, cards, oracle cards, just every imaginable thing. I need to really, singing bowls. I got tons of singing bowls I need to get rid of. Um, Oils, everything. Crystals, of course, crystals. Everything is going to be pared back to almost nothing. Just what I can take in my little home without weighing it down, because weight's a good thing, apparently. So I'm learning. So yes, so thank you for listening to my exciting news and for letting me go on and on about it, because I could talk about it forever. So yes, her name is Vagabond Spirit. Vagabond Spirit. And the page is called Traveling Goddess Temple. So I will send that over. I will post the link to it in the bottom. But right now, let's talk about our Self-Care Sunday session. And that's what you're here for. And I'm so excited. This is like my favorite Sunday morning of the month, is spending it with you guys and doing this ritual with you. After I pull the oracle card, we're going to talk about it a little bit, and then we're going to do a little brief guided meditation. And just know that these meditations are divinely inspired by our group spirit teams, because I don't know what card we're pulling. I don't know what to write beforehand. It truly is divinely inspired and brought forth in the meaning of the cards, so that we can integrate it into our way of being. Because this card information is not just for today, it's for the entire month, and any time that you feel drawn to pull on that energy, okay? And so, just as a reminder as to why we are here, let me just show you the inside of this deck. This is why we're here. And this is the deck that we are working with today. And always on Self-Care Sunday. I have been really thoroughly enjoying this deck. I hope you have too. And let's go ahead and call on our spirit team. Holy Mother, thank you for this day and this opportunity to offer this self-care session to everybody who is with us today, tomorrow, next week, next month, or any time that they tune in. Just know that this reading is for them as well, Goddess. And we call upon the spirit teams of everyone who will be viewing this video now and forever. We call them in and we ask them to guide us into our higher selves and our self-love selves. so we can practice this self-care today. I open my third eye to receive your messages. Alrighty, well, I have been shuffling, but I'm going to shuffle just a couple more times as I ask Goddess what card would best benefit everyone here and everyone who will view this video in the future. All right. Oh my gosh. It's meditate. Meditate. One of my favorite self-care practices, y'all. You know, I talk about it all the time. Okay. And so when this video goes up, I'm going to, when I post it, I'm going to put in some links of some ways that you can help yourself deepen the meditative experience, you know, things that you could put in place to assure. Because a lot of people talk to me about how difficult it is for them to meditate. And so to those people, if you're listening today, I would just ask you to just take a look at some of these video links that I'm going to put in the description of this video for you to help you relax into the experience and to allow it, not to force it or to expect anything from it, okay? But let's see what the author of this deck says that she means with this card. This is number 35. Meditate. The mantra for this card is, I am at peace. Find a comfortable seat in a quiet place and close your eyes. As you sit in stillness, listen as you inhale and exhale, and allow your mind to settle so you can take a journey inward and upward. Meditation can be that simple. Although there are many approaches, the main goal is to empty the mind and become an observer of your thoughts, allowing them to enter and leave without attachment, labeling, or judgment. Starting with just 5 minutes in the morning or in the evening can lay the foundation for a daily meditation practice and create significant shifts in perspective. As you begin to see the benefits, you can go more in depth with your practice, incorporating guided meditations, breath work, or classes in different modes of meditation to see which resonates with you most. The journal prompt for this card is, what blocks, real or imagined, prevent you from meditating? What practical steps can you take towards removing these blocks? You know, I have a lot to say about this, and I'm just going to launch right into it, taking it paragraph by paragraph, because some of this I don't agree with, okay? And I'm going to explain why. So that whole thing about finding yourself a comfortable place to sit is true. Sitting is always going to be better than laying down, okay? Because when you meditate, you want to stay somewhat alert. You don't want to lay down and allow your body to just drift off. I mean, it's a heavenly feeling, and some days you may want to do that, okay? But when you are really meditating with intention, you want to be seated, all right? So that the energy can flow from your root chakra to your crown chakra in a clear, unobstructed line, all right? You want your feet to be supported, so if they don't reach the ground, put a pillow underneath it so that you can feel all of the weight of your body being totally supported, okay, by whatever you're sitting on. So that's one thing I do agree with. Sit in a comfortable position when you go to meditate. Have it be as quiet as possible, but you're not going to be able to guarantee that. However, with practice and a dedication to the practice, you can actually get to the point where exterior sounds and stimulus will not bother you. You'll notice it, but it won't bother you. It will not interfere with the experience. And then I also agree that it is the breath the inhalation and the exhalation of the breath that deepens you into a meditative state. It's like we're physiologically keyed to do just that. That's why we sigh when we're upset or tired or just we have accomplished something and we're just releasing the energy of it. When we take a deep breath and release it, we're moving the energy and we're deepening ourselves into a more peaceful, calm state of being. So that breath work is crucial. That's why if you ever do a guided meditation with me, I always begin with that, of taking you to your breath. Okay? So, yes, that is all true. Where I kind of differ from the author is where she says the main goal is to empty the mind and become the observer of your thoughts. You can't observe thoughts if your mind is empty, because your mind is going to contain your thoughts. Okay? Let us not confuse thought with intellect. Our mind is that space between the tops of our ears and from our third eye to the back of our head, that center place, usually kind of the pineal gland exists there. That is our mind. It's separate from our intellect or our logical self, okay? Our mind is our thoughts. You cannot empty your mind of your thoughts or of anything else. You can only direct them. And that's the purpose of meditation, is directing your thoughts, making sure that they align with your heart and your desires and what your dreams and goals are. Okay? That is the whole purpose of meditation. And then to allow yourself to step back from those thoughts. They're still there. You're not emptying them or escaping them or anything else. You just step back from them and allow the answer to come through. Because when you're in a meditative state, you are connected to that higher self of you that always knows the truth, that always knows the truth. So in your crown chakra, that's your portal. That's kind of like your gateway to your higher self. Your soul star chakra hovers just above your crown chakra, about here-ish, okay? And that is the intermediary to your God self, your divine self, okay? It's like this a phase. It's like moving from the physical into the ethereal, okay? This is the ether that surrounds us, okay? So when we move from our physical body through the crown chakra portal into our ethereal, that soul star chakra becomes the intermediary. And that is who you are connecting with. That is an all-knowing divine being. That is your part of the God consciousness. Okay, so this is the whole journey of meditation. It's also health benefits. Don't get me wrong, your whole body will benefit from meditation. However, it is being able to connect to your divine self that knows everything, where the true benefit comes in. This is why I really encourage people to continue to work with their meditation practice, even though it's taking up their time and their energy. Is going to be worth it. And the more you do it, the more easier it becomes. And if you do struggle with it, go with the guided meditation. And all you have to do is literally follow the words. Follow the words, okay? And it will just take you into a meditative state and allow that connection to happen. All right? Thank you, Sherry. I do, don't I? I'm just so excited. I just really feel like tick, tick, tick. All of the pieces are just kind of like falling together to really like put me exactly where Goddess wants me to be. And so, yes, I am thrilled. I am thrilled beyond belief. And trying not to be very braggy about it. But I so want you to share this journey with me because I'm headed to Oregon just as soon as I possibly can. Anyway, so I hope that that whole discussion about meditation made sense to you guys. It's you have to want it. I'm not gonna kid you. I don't want you to go into practicing meditation because you feel like you have to, or it's just one of those things that your particular spiritual tradition dictates that you need to do. No, that's not going to work for you. You have to want that connection. And I'm going to be honest with you, the minute you see how it impacts your entire life, not just your state of being, but what happens around you, the people that you draw to you, all of that, as soon as you see that, you're going to be sold. This is going to be like, you can't wait till you can get home and meditate. You're going to want it so bad, okay? And that's a good thing. And pretty soon you're going to get to a certain point in your spiritual evolution where you're not going to feel like you need it every day, all right? And that's okay too. Don't feel guilty or bad about that, all right? But always know that the minute you go back to it, you won't struggle with it. It'll just all fall into place and it'll all just be there for you. And that connection will be alive. I hope that that made sense for you. And I am really, I want to just have our 10-minute meditation to kind of focus on how to get you into a meditative state, okay? Because that's the piece that people struggle with, is getting to that meditative state, because when you're in that meditative state, it doesn't matter where your thoughts go, all right? You want them to go. You want them to lead you to what is calling your attention, what Goddess wants you to look at, okay? Now, I'm not talking about your grocery list. I'm not talking about, what happened yesterday at the office and allowing yourself to get upset. The minute you start feeling yourself getting upset in a meditative state, you need to take yourself back to the breath work and back into the core of you, okay? So I'm going to teach you that kind of settling into your body so that your mind can wander and show you what needs to be paid attention to. And once you zero in on what needs to be paid attention to, then you'll know that the answers are going to come. They may not come in this meditative session, but you've opened the channels. And pretty soon something will hit you through something you've seen or heard or experienced, and you're going to go, wait a minute. That answers what I was thinking about in meditation. You'll know it instantly. You'll be able to connect the dots and know exactly that that's the answer that you were searching for. So anyway, let's go ahead and just meditate for a few minutes. You're welcome, my dear Peggy. Let's just go ahead and settle into our seats comfortably, sitting up so that there's a straight line between our root chakra and our crown chakra, where energy can pass up and down the heart line, activating our chakras. Now take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, allow your body to melt into your seat. Imagine that you're becoming a puddle, that everything is softening. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, you feel yourself falling deeper into your seat. Take another deep breath and allow the breath to flow to your heart. Feel it swirl there. And as you exhale, exhale all disappointments, all unmet expectations. Feel how light your body becomes just by allowing those disappointments to exit your body. Take another deep breath and allow this one to flow to your belly. In that space between the second and third chakra, where personal will and the power of creation exists. Exhale all unwanted feelings, all unwanted thoughts that hamper your desires from growth. Just let it all flow out. Now I want you to breathe naturally here. And just notice how your body gently moves with your breath. Don't force it. Don't try to change it. Just breathe your natural rhythm. In this relaxed state, notice how your belly rises and falls with each breath. As you inhale, you rise. As you exhale, you fall, gently floating on the rhythm of your breath, rising and falling deeper and deeper into yourself. Feel the weightlessness of your body as it floats upon your breath, rising and falling. This is a meditative state of total relaxation and deeper consciousness, where all your questions are heard and answered. Recognize this state and allow yourself to come back to it anytime that you would like to connect with your higher self who knows everything and is willing to share it with you. When you're ready, open your eyes and bring yourself back to this time and space. How was that for you? Was it easy to use your breath to get into that meditative space? And how did that feel? Did that surrendering to the weightlessness of your body and floating on your own breath, did that feel good to you, or did you struggle with that? This meditative practice, practicing meditation, even for 20 to 30 minutes a day, is pivotal to all the other things you want to do in your spiritual practice, y'all. If you want to create magic, if you just even want to manifest blessings, if you want to create beautiful and loving relationships, if you want to find the right and perfect job for yourself, if you want to be the avenue of peace and love to other people, I mean, really, meditation is the foundation for all of it, because it's like opening a library of not just information, but energies that will support your intentions and your endeavors. Really, I'm a firm believer. It changed my world, changed my world many, many years ago. That's why I'm so passionate about it, and that's why I'm going to say I push it. I do. This is my thing. Crystals and meditations. That's my thing. So, yeah, I'm all about meditating. Yeah, I get it. Sherry, the mind, it does. The mind has its own mind, so to speak. Okay, and a lot of it has to do with not being prepared. And so some of the links that I'm going to put in the description of this video are going to help you to prepare for meditation. All right. It's not like an afternoon project or anything like that. It's just a few minutes of some things that you can put in place that will help prepare you for meditation. Now, this kind of was like all sprung on us at the last minute. I mean, literally, you saw me pull the card. I didn't know we were going to talk about this today. So there's no way that you could have been prepared for it either. All right. And so if you've got things going on in your life, you have to kind of like separate yourself from that. That is not separating yourself from your mind or emptying your mind of your thoughts. That is just separating yourself from the external stimulus that kind of distracts you from your thoughts. Okay? That's what life kind of does. It distracts us from our thoughts. And so we sometimes struggle to get back there. So I'm going to put some preparations in the description of this video, and I hope that you take a look at those and see if they help you. Okay, so don't feel bad. And I also want to stress that to everybody who is struggling to learn how to meditate. Don't beat yourself up about this. You'll just make it worse. Okay, this is a relaxing, loving process. So don't go there and say, oh, I just can't do it. Stop saying that, okay? You most certainly can. It is a practice, all right? And the more you do it, the better you are, to the point where you're a master and you don't need to do it, okay? You're already got that connection thing going on that you can call on in an instant. So don't even struggle about that. Don't worry about it. I want you to be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself in this, okay? So yes, I hope that that you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned from it. I hope that you can apply it to your self-care practice, even this, okay? If you just put on a little bit of your favorite calming, soothing, new agey music and just sit for 5 minutes, just sit. And just all you have to think about is the music. You're listening to it, you're actively listening to it, you're allowing your feelings to be affected by it. Okay, that's why I want it to be soothing and calming and loving. Okay, and then just sit with it for 5 minutes and then expand that time as you can. And then turn to guided meditations and listen to that. Put that same listening skill to those words and follow them and let your mind just go right along with them. It helps. Trust me. All right, you guys, thank you again for being here with me. If you have any thoughts and comments on this video, please drop them in the comments once the video is posted. And I look forward to seeing you next month. You know I do. It's one of my favorite times of the whole month. And I also wanted you to kind of look at some of the other upcoming things that are happening on this channel. I forgot to mention them earlier. You know, we're going to have our Wellness Wednesday this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. We are going to be talking about the beautiful, wonderful coconut and how many ways it aids us on all levels, metaphysical and physical. We're going to be talking about that. We also have the crystal connection coming up, and that is going to be on the third Thursday at 6 o'clock, I believe, or 6:30. I'll double check that time. On that Thursday night, the third Thursday of the month. This month, we're going to start off with one of my favorite agates, and you're going to be like, agates? But yes, there's tons to share with you. And then also, I am adding a 14-week series on getting to know the archangels, knowing your angel allies. These are powerful allies, y'all. You're going to want these are like having your best friend standing behind you, you know, when life is trying to bully you a little. Yeah, you've got somebody behind you willing to have your back. So we're going to talk about every single one of the 14 archangels. Every week is a different focus. We're going to talk about what their earthly companions are and how they can help us and the different frequencies that you can tap into, all of that so that you can align with them and you can access their help easier. So all of that is coming up right here on this channel and a lot more. Stay tuned. I can't wait to share all of it with you. So if you're not a subscriber, please do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much and have a blessed, blessed day. Love you.